Hello everybody and welcome to another toy review. Today I'm taking a look at the third and final installment of the Battle Strike Team Giant Saver series. This is the third main mech from the series and probably the most strangely named. This is Crack Saver. He's made up of Feral Wolf, a Galaxy Dragon, Cannon Tiger and Spar Tortoise. Yes, that's a tortoise. Of course, these combined together form Crack Saver, who in my opinion is probably one of the very best mechs from that series. Without further ado, let's take a look at these figures. Like with the other two mechs in the series, we do get a combination scroll. Again, the unit itself is exactly the same with the detachable back piece, and this time it's got a really nice purple translucent plastic there, and a very mirrored chrome finish, and you can see me. Hi, there I am. It's a very nice chromed finish. Really love the purple here. It's very vibrant. I've seen a few pictures of this set, and the purples don't really come through that well. It seems to be picking up quite nicely on my camera though. This is Feral Wolf. He, in my opinion, is one of the strongest looking kind of Zords out of the entire Giant Saver series. I really do like the look of him. He looks like the cross between something out of like Jungle Fury or Wild Force. I really like the look of him. He's got that really striking wolf head there. The paint applications on the eyes are a little bit lackluster. They are slightly smeared, but he's just a really nice wolf. He does have a very long neck. That's just due to the transformation. And if we pull the neck out just wide enough, you can then see the robot head underneath. But that aside, he does look nice. I love this really big tail that he has. He does have some articulation. The feet do kind of move. They're pegged in underneath here, but the feet go backwards and forward. They are on a very soft slide, and the back legs are on a ratchet. Again, albeit they are very short. There is a little bit of play in the back there, but that's basically where your things are plugged in. The most movement, of course, is on that neck swivel. Now, to get him ready for his combined mode, first thing you want to do, you want to pull off this back section here. That just lifts up and the tail slides out like so. We want to put this over to one side. Lift the head up and back. Then we want to just pull open this chest section here. That's going to untab. That rocks up like so. And you want to flip those feet round until it tabs into place. Come around the back, just unplug this leg. That's just tabbed in. You need to apply a little bit of force just to pull that out. You want to flip this section round. Then there's a hidden hand. Flip that out. Bring the fist down like so. Bring that closed back. And there's a tab on here. If we bring this arm section in, that's going to tab in. That's going to secure in really firm. So give it a push. And that's tabbed in like so. Then just flip this back section up like so. That's out of the way, and that's all we're going to do with him for now. Next we have Galaxy Dragon. Again, really like this one. It's like one of those really big long Chinese dragons. Very similar to what we got with the Thunder Megazord with the red dragon. Really nice detailing on the front there. Much better paint applications on this guy's eyes. Really nice vibrant electric blue there. Same blue as used on his crown. And it's just a really gorgeous looking dragon mode. Really like that. Yes, we have a static block here for the legs on the back. I'm willing to let that pass. It's just a really good dragon. The dragon is probably the most articulate of them all as well. The head does go up and down. The tail does also move up and down. It's on a really nice ratchet. The tail section does actually twist a little bit. There's a little bit of play in the actual end there as well. The legs do move forward and back quite nicely. This back section does rotate. So yeah, he's not bad at all. Not bad at all. I like this spined section here as well. Really does make it look very dragon-esque. All of these Zords are actually controlled by just the one guy as well. I think that's kind of cool that he has these entire Zord army here to control and combine to form his mech. Now our Galaxy Dragon is going to form the legs and bottom of the waist for our Crack Saver. So what you need to do, this section here is going to form the waist. So we bring this up to the top. We can rotate this round so it's at the front here. You can see these sections here are going to form the legs. So we'll rotate these around like so. Again with this side, just bring that down. Rotate that joint round. Bring this section down, bring this section down, and then we want to bring the dragon all the way to the front like that. I do love this kind of like tank track as well on the back there. It kind of makes it less organic, I guess, and more machine-like. That's basically all we're going to do at the moment. Next up, we have the mighty Cannon Tiger, aptly named because it's a tiger with cannons. Nice face sculpt. Again, nice use of the golds there. Quite bold green eyes. We don't have any mouth or anything like that. I would have liked a little mouth to come down, maybe. He's quite hollow, this guy, which is slightly unfortunate. We do have the ability to turn him into a tank mode. So we flip up those feet at the front, and we flip up those feet as well, and now he can kind of go along there. There's no wheels or anything on the bottom. I would like maybe some wheels just to make him roll a little bit. I suppose he could kind of power slide. But we do have these massive great cannons on the back there which do move up and down. His head does move up but can't look any further down. Let's just move his legs up for the sake of moving his legs up. There we go. Of course, they are articulated. They're on a swivel pin underneath here, so he does stand quite nicely. And these sections do split open as well. So we've got all of these rockets on the back here, so they can fire out. With these sections opened up, though, we do get all of the torso now exposed, and it is a slightly look. I think it's the same colour gold. It does look like they've used two variations of gold paint in there, but it's nice to see that golden body there. To get this guy changed up into his leg mode, it's pretty straightforward. I'm going to fold these sections up, fold this section up. The head is going to come round to the front. We're going to rotate these feet round and round like so. That's basically going to form the base. You want to bring this section back, bring this section back, fold these legs in, and then just bring the guns to the back. We can now bring in the Galaxy Dragon. Just flip the tail section up, and you can clip these two sections together, apply moderate force, and that pegs in, and there we have our legs. Last but not least, it's Spar Tortoise. This, in my opinion, is by far the weakest of the Zords. The actual literal translation from the name means giant soldier, which is probably more of that than it is a tortoise, that's for sure. It's definitely a spaceship. You can blatantly see the spaceship there. I think maybe Spartan ship, maybe that's just a bad translation, I don't know. We do have these rotation thrusters at the back here. We have this really nice translucent purple on there. We can see all of my lights, look, woo! Again, you've got this really nice chrome and kind of dusted silver on top there. I really like that. It's kind of a rough feel. That looks really nice though. And then you've got this really dark black cockpit there, and these what look like missiles. It kind of reminds me of hovercraft stroke waterplane. That sort of kind of takes off. Yeah, it's nice. It's Very minimalistic. It doesn't have a great deal going for it, and like I said, it probably is the weakest of all of the mechs. It doesn't really do a lot either. It's kind of just there to fill a void, I guess. What we're going to do, we're going to plug these sections off. Just pop those. They're really, really tight. There's no stressing or anything on this plastic though. They are just very, very tightly fitted inside there. You're going to want to split this. You're going to want to bring this section down like this. Now, to get this guy combined up, it's actually probably one of the most interesting and aesthetically pleasing mechs. Basically, you want to take your purple section off. This is the first time we've had to do this with any of the mechs. Take this purple section off your combination scroll and just slide that forward. This one, it's got very, very sensitive springs. It does tend to spring undone. We want to bring our combination scroll in and place it on here like so. Make sure it is in the on position. You then want to bring in your upper torso, and that's going to peg in on all four corners like so. That's on there nice and tight. There is a tab on the bottom of this green piece that's going to peg in on the crotch, and then at the moment it's just going to rest over the center section until we bring back this piece. That's now going to slide back in. There's a tab there and a tab there, tab here, and over our combination scroll, holding that all securely in place. The shoulder turbines can now be fitted. They just plug in on either side, 1 and 2. Of course, we can now push down on the head. There we go. Push these green chest sections up. They're really tight, but they do fold inwards. We can now bring his arm forward and bring in his wolf tail sword, which plugs in like so. And there we have Cracksaver in his combined mode. I think he looks really, really nice. I love the contrast of the blues, the golds, the purples, and the greens. He's probably the best proportions of all three of the mechs. He has fairly minimalistic kibble at the back. He just looks rough and ready, and he really does remind me of something like from the Wild Force line, like the Predazord or something like that. He's just kind of got that vibe to it. Of course, he's got the mystic kind of knight thing going on there as well with the that sort of visor and crown. He's just a good looking Zord in my opinion. He does have a little bit of head swivel there, just a little bit of movement left and right. The arms do move up and back. They don't really go out. There's no rotation there. There's nothing on the fists either. We've got no waist swivel because of the combination mechanism underneath. We do have very, very tight joints on the legs. They do move out. They do not move forward or back. There is a rotation at the upper thigh. And of course we do have movement on the toe, but unfortunately that is all we're going to get with these. The arm does kind of hold the sword quite well. If you shake it a bit, the joints aren't quite tight enough to hold up that weight. But all in all, he is a very aesthetically pleasing mech. Now, of course, the next step is for us to combine him with his two mech brethren to form the huge giant braver. Let's get to work. Our first step is to break him down into individual pieces, and that includes breaking down his actual torso. So first of all, you want to remove the arms like so. You actually want to come round and remove these shoulders as well. They are tabbed in very firmly. You want to pull those out. Again with this side, pull that out. Come round to this section here. The head itself actually comes off. That just unplugs like so. And you've got these two wing sections here. Just pull those apart and they will unplug from here. We're now left with a complete bomb site of a figure. Grab the torso piece and bring in these sections we just took off the back and plug those in firmly either side. Bring your tiger in, make sure he's laying flat so the head is back down, these arms back down, and we're just going to split him in two. So I'm going to pull these two sections apart like so. Put those to one side. Grab your tortoise. You want to bring these two sections together like so. Come round to the underside. Bring in your sword, and with the handle bent like so, you can bring it to the underside of the turtle. And you've got these handles here. They're going to tab in there, and these are going to tab in just like so, and that secures that into place. Join these two pieces together. You want to remove the clip, the guard there from your sword. Bring this section back up, and there's a tab just under there. That's going to tab in on the underside of the sword like so. This is where the weapons get quite complex. You want to bring in these here. They're going to come in and plug in on the top there like so. Bring in the section we removed from the sword in on there like so. Your next step is to bring in a piece we haven't actually used in any of the other transformations. This is a separate piece that came with this set. That's going to plug in on the top here, like so. It doesn't actually have a use anywhere else, and it does just form the handle for the back here. You can now bring in your wolf sword. That's going to plug in here. It's going to push all the way in like this, and there we have the weapon. You're going to grab your giant assault saber and just pull off the red section on the front. You then want to grab that chest section that we made up, and we're going to bring that in. You've got the 4 clips here. They're going to tab in over there. So you just push that on. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can then plug that back in again on the front. Make sure this blue section is up. Plug that back in like so. Bring in what were the fists. Make sure the fists are tucked away, and that hole here is going to line up with this one here. That's going to slide onto there. In you go. Bring in the green sections, and they're going to tab in on this tab here. Make sure you remove the phoenix wings from these ports here. You're going to need those out of the way for now. I'll also remove this section from the back because it does seem to keep getting knocked whilst I'm doing this. Bring in your tiger, and there's a tab just here, a small knob that's going to plug into the actual front of the cog. This section here does seem to get in the way as well. Unfortunately, because we're building such a cluster beast here, a lot of things do tend to get in the way of everything, really. That goes there, that comes up here like so, and we can then bring the phoenix wings in, but this time spread them. Move the leg out of the way. It needs to be down, doesn't it, so we've got clearance. Like so. Spread the wings, and we can then plug those in like so. So the sides of the legs look something like this, with the cannon mounted there, the green here, these sections at the back here, and the wings spread. With the shark fin on the shoulder there opened, there's now enough room to put in our next combination scroll, like so. And here we have him. This is the Super Giant Braver. Wow. Wow, it's different, isn't it? It's massive. Absolutely massive. Still, hands down better than some of the cluster jobs that... Still, hands down better than some of those cluster jobs that Bandai came out with the RPM line. Ugh, nasty. This guy is vibrant. He is blinging with chrome and silver. and I'm so glad, so glad I got him. And people keep asking me how much did this cost. I paid $100 for it from Sir Toys. Now these are getting harder and harder to find. And Sir Toys do order them in on a need to want basis. So if you put it in your want list, he can get it for you. But unfortunately, as these get rarer, they will go up in value. So make sure you get your orders in fairly sharpish. I've browsed some of the selling sites, and I know for a fact that the Korean version of these are already selling for $100 per mech. So get them while you can, guys. Let's just take a closer look at the cluster. Look at how wide he is. I mean, we look down at those feet. He's certainly not going to fall over, is he? He's certainly very well planted. He almost looks like a centaur there, almost like he's got two sets of the legs. He's got the winged griffin thing going on there. He's very mythological. I do love these weapons that we have in his hand. That wolf turning and with the dragon kind of like a really long sword, and then we've got this sworded shield here as well. Looks really good. I can imagine these two cannons really blasting out some power as well, and everything focuses in onto this chest section here where he fires out his ultimate finisher. Here we have our Samurai Megazord again for a size comparison. Oh dear. So there we have it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed these videos. Of course, I am still waiting for the third large mech in the Space Deleter series. I can't wait for him to arrive. They're going to look fantastic posed alongside these guys. Until next time, thanks ever so much for watching. If you found the video helpful, give it a big thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe, and goodbye for now.